Hello, I'm SquidofLove, welcome back. The new update 2.6 is available on the live server and there are a lot of new additions to the game, not only in the form of Star Marine and improvements in the Arena Commander, but also new locations in the persistent universe, locations that are waiting for us to discover them, explore them and admire them. One of these new locations is this wreck with two Derelict Starfarers that you can see in front of you, and it is a very beautiful and interesting location, not only because we can finally see the mechanism of derelict ships that CI has talked about some time ago, but also because this is introducing for the first time in Star Citizen hazardous environments that can kill you if you get inside them. And there is also a little lore behind this wreck. There is a little story for us to uncover by exploring these two Starfarers and try to figure out what happened over here. Like with any other wreck in the game, in the persistent universe, here as well there are scattered crates that you can find if you follow the green light, and they will offer you some viable items that will give you some Alpha UEC or weapons. If you haven't bought any weapon already, if you are low on Alpha UEC and don't want to spend any, then you can search these crates and find a weapon you like, a sniper rifle or something else, a shotgun maybe. Just remember that these weapons, when you find them like this, they are not permanent, they will not be with you when you relog in the game. So let's go inside these two Starfarers, admire the very good job that CI has done to the environment. Let's take a look at the hazardous environment that is added to the game for the first time and try to uncover the story behind this wreck. And we are going to start our little exploration in the cargo area of one of these two Starfarers. Unfortunately, there is no dragonfly waiting for us over here. Maybe with 3.0 we will have some dragonflies waiting for us in the cargo bay of a Derelict Starfarer, like we have seen in the game's compressed edition. There are some glitches of course, but doesn't really matter. The atmosphere and the environment are absolutely amazing. The sound created on these wrecks is amazing. It creates the perfect atmosphere. It gives you a creepy feeling, a feeling of horror movie, and you don't really know if there is someone inside waiting for you to kill you, waiting for you to arrest you later in the game when this will be added. It creates a lot of opportunities, and we can see how it is going to be used and how amazing exploration in the live universe after 3.0 will be here is going to be. I am really excited with this feature. I'm really excited with exploration and the job that CI is doing on that part of the game. I think exploration is going to be wonderful and hopefully very rewarding when it will finally be added to the game. Until then though, we can try to find derelict ships. With 3.0 we won't have exploration in the game, but we will have locations like this. So we could try to take a look at them and possibly discover something valuable. Like I said before, there's a little story behind this wreck, behind these two Derelict Starfarers. They belong in different companies, and by finding clues like this one over here, we can try to figure out what really happened. Also, this little story kind of uncovers the reality, the cruel reality of the Star Citizen universe and how dangerous it can be out there. I managed to discover up to 7 messages by exploring these two Starfarers. You can find these messages if you take a look at the bridge and the crew quarters of these two vessels, and it is a very interesting story, to be honest. What basically happened here is a buyout of a local fuel company, the attempt of a bigger fuel company from another place of the universe, from another system probably, to expand into standard system and take advantage of the dire financial situation of this local fuel company. But what we learned from the messages is that their intentions weren't that honest. They wanted to take advantage of this situation and the bad shape of the Starfarer in order to steal the contracts, in order to steal their clients and then ditch them. Something that seems to be a very common practice between corporations in the Star Citizen universe, something that creates many opportunities for missions later in the game. For example, we could be tasked to find what happened to a certain ship, if there is an explosion like that. If there is a fraud, we could be asked to find, if indeed there is a fraud, to find clues of what happened. A very similar approach to the Kovalex shipping hub as well, to the mission that we had until now. So from these messages that we are collecting, we know that the big company knew of the financial status, but also the bad shape of the Starfarer of the local fuel companies, and they were ready to ditch them as soon as possible, stealing their clients in that way. We also learned that the two heads of the local fuel company were two siblings and had a very different opinion about the buyout. One wanted the buyout, the other didn't want the buyout. So although the chances for this wreck to be an accident are quite high, it also leaves a chance for this wreck to be a sabotage, to be something more sinister from one of the two siblings. A report on the condition of the power plant of the small fuel company Starfarer mentions that it wasn't working properly, that it was having power spikes under normal operations. So this is a very good indication as to what happened. Probably the power plant exploded and created this wreck. This must have been the reason for this wreck, an accident caused by the explosion of the power plant. But there are also some angry messages between one of the siblings and a former employee that was working later with a big fueling company. So we can never really know, there are only indications, there is nothing definitive from these messages. My theory is that the bad shape of the power plant caused an explosion and this incident, this accident, but there is always the possibility this incident to be an attempt from one of the two siblings to cancel the deal, to die before selling out. We can really say for sure, there are only indications hidden in these messages that we can discover and try to figure out what happened, and this is the beauty of Star Citizen, this is the beauty of the Star Citizen universe. We can try to find as many clues as possible, but we can also use our imagination to try and figure out what happened in a situation like this one. Let's leave the story behind and talk about the feature of derelict ships again. It's not only the lighting, it's not only the visual that is amazing, but also the sound is phenomenal. It creates tension, it creates a tense atmosphere, and just imagine if there were hostiles inside this derelict wreck as well from the game. And there will be some time later. Imagine if we could find some Vandul or other aliens inside, or even pirates looting the vessel, salvaging whatever is left to be salvaged, and you will have to fight for your life in order to get something viable. It gives the game immense potential and makes the whole experience even better. And here is a quick look on the report on the power plant of the Starfarer, one of the two Starfarers that had the problems and probably caused this explosion, caused this incident, this terrible accident. We can never be 100% sure, but my theory is that this is the cause of this wreck. For the first time in Star Citizen and the Persistent Universe, we have the addition of the Hazardous Environment. Because of what happened here, because of the explosion probably of the power plant, this area is a hazardous environment, and if you get in there, you will die eventually. There is radiation in the area, you have to heal yourself and get out as fast as possible. It is obvious that later we will need specialized armors, specialized suits in order to survive in such environments and try to get out of areas like this one with as much loot as possible. Definitely an amazing feature, definitely something I really can't wait to see in the game, and definitely something that will increase the difficulty and the enjoyment of exploration. This was a wreck with two derelict starfarers in the asteroid belt of Yela, and you can find it if you jump directly to Yela from Port Olisar. It will immediately appear to your scanner. You can explore these two derelict ships, an amazing experience, not only showing us the very good job that the developers are doing with this feature of the game, but also introducing hazardous environments in the game as well, and give us hope for exploration when it will later be implemented in the Star Citizen universe. Thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. I am SquidofLove and I will see you around the verse. Bye bye.